Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you may be. This is Jim Sports Cards. I'm Jim, so let's talk about sports cards. So, it hasn't been too long since we published our most recent submission videos for both SGC and PSA. And as you probably already know by the title, we've already got all of our PSA returns back. So that's the Express, the Super Express, and the Autograph Authentication Express that we did as well. So they came back super quick. It looks like PSA is starting to speed up. I don't want to say that. It's a scary thought because you can never trust them. But both of those were well within the lead time. So that's a really positive sign for us moving forward. And I could sit here and ramble, blah, 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 blah. What I will say is I've got my AlphaTauri shirt on today, my F1 shirt on, because this is a distinctly F1 themed submission with 5 of the cards, I believe, 5? With 5 of the cards being submitted, coming back to us now. So let's get straight into the grades and let's see what they got. So, as you can see by the fat pile we've got here, we have got a lot of cards to go through today. I say a lot. A lot for PSA and the prices there at the moment, but you can see by the cards we've got, they went to PSA for a very good reason. So, first of all, we will start off with our Express. We had a lot of soccer in our Express, a lot from the guys that organised the Wolves trading card show. So, Trading with Kickball on Instagram sent in 2. This is the first of his, and it is a Phil Foden Optic Holo. Let's just see if I can... How good's my tease game? Look at that. The holo, both Silver Prism and Optic, is glorious. Now, there was a dimple on the edge, and I remember I told him in person, I said, if everything else is perfect, this can still 9. It might 8, but it can still 9 with the little dimple, because it was just a factory dimple. On the money, big 9. What a beautiful card to get a 9 in. I am a Man U fan and I hate City. But game respects game. It's a beautiful card. Looks beautiful. Not much more to say. Next up, we have Joe Sports Cards, who sent in the extremely rare and unique Santos sticker card, postcard. Tiny little thing that the aim of the game with this sticker was to get it to be authenticated. There was one other on the PSA website in their registry, and it was a PSA 1. This is from 1958, and we are very happy for Joe because it did get a PSA 1. I've never seen a PSA 1 before, and I've never been happy for a PSA 1 before, but today I am, because if you look at it closely, you can see there is a massive bit of surface damage there. Obviously, it's all scuffed up on the edges. A lot of damage to the back as well. But the aim was to get it authenticated and stabbed. To get a 1 is huge. And the crazy thing about this is there is none populated higher. There are 2 PSA 1s, which is mental. So thanks very much, Joe. Now, this card has massively risen in price over the last week. And I don't think the submitter knew this when they were sending it to us. But it is a Topps Premier Gold Cristiano Ronaldo from 2004. One of his very first cards in the Man U kit, that famous Vodafone kit that we wore in the 03 season. And for a card that old, it got an 8.5. Now, that is still a very good grade. And I've personally never seen an 8.5 be given out before. I've seen them on a lot of older cards, but we've never had one graded an 8.5. So we knew it wouldn't 10 because of the age, and there was a soft corner, I believe. But to get an 8.5 is a very, very good grade. So congrats, and this card now is worth a ton more than when he sent it in. Now we've got 2 surprise submissions. These come from Harry, also known as UK Sports Card Collector on Instagram, and they came in right at the death when we were submitting cards. So they weren't in the submission video, but they were submitted, and they've now come back to us. So these are where this is where the F1 flair starts to come into the video. And we've got a Lando Norris autographed refractor numbered to only 74. The Topps numbering on these is really strange. A 43 of 74. And this beauty of a refractor, Lando's having a great season at the moment. Got the 8 with a 10 auto. Now this, again, normally with an 8, you wouldn't be particularly happy with it. None populated higher. No Lando Norris autograph cards have got higher than an 8. That's a mixture of the numbering on the back and the classic Topps dimple, if you're aware of that. And just general quality issues with Topps. This card, there was nothing more we could do, but an 8 is still a very, very good grade, considering there are none populated high, and I doubt there will be, and if so, there'll be very few. And now, probably one of my favourite cards that I've ever had my hands on. It is, in my opinion, feel free to disagree, don't at me, the greatest F1 driver of all time. Lewis Hamilton Variation Refractor. This card is worth thousands, but only if you get it in a good grade. And we did. It got the PSA 9. It is glorious. There are very, very, very few of these cards that have a 10. I believe last time I checked this was Pop 12 in the PSA 9. It is one hell of a card. It looks glorious. The refractor, Topps Chrome, will always be an iconic product. And this, the short print variation, is an unbelievable card. So thanks very much, Harry, for those two F1 cards. And last but not least, for the Express, late in the day at the Wolves card show, this card was submitted with the decision of there's a couple of things that could be better about the card. It might get an 8, and the decision was made by the submitter to say, actually, an 8 is still probably worth it. It is the Ronaldo-Messi matchups card, an iconic card, the first card and one of the only cards featuring both Ronaldo and Messi on the card. We were worried it would get an 8, but if it got an 8, it would be okay. What were we worrying for? It got a 9. The 9 of this card is such a difficult grade to get. Now, as you can see, the centering is off, which was my main gripe with the card, but all else was good. So congrats on the 9, and that is all from our Express. A lot of soccer, as you can see. We've got the Foden, the Santos, the Ronaldo, and then F1, Ronaldo. What a great set of subs as well, with the lowest grade obviously being the 1, but also that's almost the highest grade because that's what we were really hoping for and we were expecting almost to get authentic. And speaking of authentic, a man named William came and submitted 3 cards with us, if you remember last time. All 3 F1 cards he got signed by the drivers themselves at Silverstone for the British Grand Prix. Now, we know that they're authentic. He went and got them signed himself, but for future purposes, for protection, we needed PSA to confirm that they were authentic. That way, then the card is worth a lot more money and is a lot more movable if he ever decides to sell them because nobody's worried about a random squiggle and just taking his word for it. So, there was no way to know whether PSA would authenticate them or not. So we have all 3 of them here, and they've all been slabbed up, which means they've all been authenticated. So first up, we have the Lando Norris with the gold autograph on there, the LAN, and then the swiggle, almost like a backwards 2, kind of. We've then got Charles Leclerc, who's got a very nice autograph. The gold pen, when you got them to sign these, was an immaculate choice. Great, great choice. It looks so good. And then the man of the hour, George Russell, Mr. Saturday himself, the autograph. This has gone up massively in the last 3 weeks. We're so happy that PSA decided to agree with us that they were all authentic. So these now look beautiful. These look beautiful in their slabs now. So thanks very much, William, for submitting those. And last but not least, we have our 2 Super Express cards. Now, both of them were autographed. One of them is this Ja Morant Contenders Optic Variation autograph, and unfortunately it got a 9. The reason I say unfortunately is normally a 9 is very good. I took this card out of the Redemption mag myself. We were looking at the pop report beforehand and we knew that there was a chance it wouldn't get a 10 because I think it was about 20% of these cards, which were all redemptions, ended up getting a 10. So it's quite tough. A 9 is still a great grade, but disappointing that it came straight as a redemption and didn't 10. What can you do? There's not much else you can do there, but still, thank you very much to Elliot for submitting this one. And last but not least, we have the GOAT himself. We've had one GOAT in Lewis Hamilton. We've got the NFL football GOAT in Tom Brady. his press pass certified rookie autograph with the autograph, as you can see right there. This card is 21 years old, was sat in a box for 20 years, sat around not doing anything, and it got an 8. We are very happy for Peter for this to get an 8. It is an unbelievable card, again worth thousands, even in an 8, because the condition, and now you know and you have the peace of mind that this card will always be in immaculate quality in this slab. We knew it wouldn't 10, but to get an 8 is still fantastic. So thanks very much, Peter, for submitting. And all of these PSA cards, thanks to everyone who did submit with us with PSA. We look forward to seeing you again soon, and we look forward to getting new people submitting with PSA as well next time. There we have it for another month of PSA submissions. As I believe, we are still the only people in the UK regularly sending off to PSA every month since March. So if you are interested in getting your cards graded with us, sports cards, Pokemon cards, you name it, get in contact with us. Find us on Instagram, comment down below, find us on Facebook, find our website, www.gymsportscards.co.uk, and we can't wait to get your cards graded too. Some of my favourites, easily the Optic Holo Foden, the Santos card, and like I said in the previous video, this really was a story time submission. We had a card from 1958 be graded. We had a card from 2000 that was sat in a box who, in the year 2000, not a single person on this earth would have said Tom Brady's going to be called the GOAT one day. And then we have my personal F1 GOAT of Lewis Hamilton in the Variation Refractor. Some amazing, amazing cards that I'm incredibly jealous of, but I can't wait to get these cards back to their rightful owners. And thank you again to everyone who's graded with us. So without further ado, this has been Jim Sports Cards, and I've been Jim. Cheers!